Hello, hello. What's up, guys? Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, type a 3. We got Mari Mar in here. What's going on, guys? Looking at the market right now. I'm here in Orange County at Jeremy's house. Okay, let's get into it. Let's get into it. How's everybody today? Doing good? Jeremy's wrapping up a call right now, but he should be done pretty soon. And then I'm going to bring him on. There he is. He's walking up right now. Yeah, we're live right now, but come on over.
You doing the webcammy? What's
Guys,
up, stream?
Look.
Woo, woo, woo. What's up, family? Hey, Cal, why are we bouncing off the 100 SMA?
I have no idea, bro.
Crazy. You want to come in? Are we coming in?
Yeah, let's go in.
Go set it up. I'll be in there in 20 seconds.
Guys, look at this view out here. Laguna. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Bring it on in here. All right. How many people we got in here? We got 11 people in here. Let's go. All right, so what's everybody been trading today? What has everybody been trading today? That's what I want to know. Let's take a look at NQ. See what we got here. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, so in the last just about 30 minutes, we've decided to start ripping. This is very interesting. So we got pink line right here. This is my 50 on the 1 hour. If I want to take this long, I'd love to see a couple of candles of rest, and then I'll probably get long something like this. Sorry, I stole your chair. Do we have another one?
No, good. Do you want to put this on?
We can. I mean, we're already kind of live, so we can just rock on.
Let's rock on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring a chair.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. Sold some Tesla calls. Yeah, I did the same today. Watching the flip, 10 EMA. 2 trades, 1 loss, 1 win. Cool. Yeah, so if you took it with my rules, let's see. You don't trade the first hour. Shouldn't have been a loss, because if you don't trade the first hour and you get in a short here, you wouldn't have gotten stopped yet, and then it would have rolled over. So it should have been just a win. Because the way I do it is I don't trade the first hour, right? And then you got your 10 EMA right there at the break of the pink line. Stop above that. Target 1.3. So it should have been just 1 win, unless you took a trade earlier. I guess maybe you took this long right here. Yeah, that would have been a loss. And then you flipped here. It makes sense. Yeah. I'm not super bullish right now just because of that dump on Friday. But yeah, you're right. That would have been a loss. That would have been a win. But you should be up like 0.3. Now... yeah, something like this is what I want to do. Guys, Jeremy's here.
Dude, I'm gonna be popping this stream on my camera. It's gonna look sick.
Hell yeah.
Alright.
Woo. It's both of us. Right there. What's up?
Alright. Yes.
So we were just talking about how if you didn't trade the first hour,
What a breakdown.
and then
Oh my goodness.
and then some people, if you took
Yeah.
if you took the short here, you would have won. But if you took the long here and got
Yeah.
faked out, then you
That's tough.
flip. But then you'd still be at 0.2 or 0.3.
Why would you flip in that scenario?
Well,
What's the reasoning?
I would flip because I lost right away. Right away, I was wrong.
Is that the go-to signal usually?
And this is the 50 email in the 1 hour, which is sort of my long.
Yeah, that's your long. Yeah.
So wrong immediately, broke it, a new 10 EMA setup, boom.
So you'd have to be paying attention, is what you're saying.
I'd have to be paying just a little bit of attention.
You'd have had to have rules in advance.
Rules in advance.
So for all my streamers, you have to keep this in mind. Great traders, they plan ahead of time. There's really no other way to do it. I'm not really sure how else to accomplish that. You have to plan ahead of time.
You do. You do.
Far ahead of time.
Mari Mar did it perfectly, though. She's at 0.3 because she took the long and she flipped.
Beautiful. I think I can
Mari
plug this in.
Mar is in, she's in a PA account now. A lot of people in here are in PAs now. Oh, you want this guy? Okay, hold on. Ready?
I mean, if it works.
No, it should. Hold on. I'm going to get you going here. Hold on.
Get us going.
Us.
Roadcaster Pro, that's it. Let me gain it all the way up.
Check, check, check. Mike Ox.
We're just switching a new camera.
Hold on.
Yep.
Can you guys hear that?
Can you hear this really nice deep camera?
It probably right there.
Yeah. I'm gonna hop on the stream on my phone, or not the actual stream, but just see all the chat.
Oh, for sure. Check, check, check. Oh yeah, we want to do.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. We're
Okay,
doing
cool. All right. Awesome.
Hey, I got the chat up. I'm so happy you're all here. Thank you, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate you. All right.
So now.
Yeah. Well, what would you do now? Like, how would you?
Now I need to see like a couple candles of rest at least because we've had so many green ones in a row.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say ideally we do something like this and then another 10 EMA sets up and then maybe.
So in a situation, if you are, I know you trade the 10 EMA a lot. Is there ever a time where you would just do a blind limit buy entry? How do you feel about those?
I would, but it would have to be like somewhere here. Like I would have to okay. So I learned this from Jeremy. But basically, if I throw up like a 15-minute candle or like a 30-minute candle,
all those moving averages are right there.
They're all right there. And if we pull back like halfway, so like maybe back into here, that could be cool for a long. Because it's like, that's a pretty big run. So it would make sense for us to like kind of come back into here and then just stop below the low, try to take it up. Or maybe we roll over right here and we do that.
Of course. I mean, all those markets can do anything they want. But the fun learning lesson here for me and for anyone who's watching the stream, one of the two big pieces that I will look for when I'm trying to find a really, really nice high probability trade. Number two, what Calvin did is he switched time frames. For those who are here, how much does it cost to switch time frames in TradingView? What's the monetary cost of switching time frames? All right, you're all correct. It doesn't actually cost anything. It's zero real dollars. So since it's zero real dollars, what Calvin does is if he goes and looks at these different time frames and he's noticing on his chart, and this will be different for potentially all of you, but for his chart specifically, all the moving averages, he is above all of them. So if you are above all moving averages, that is by definition, what?
Bullish.
That is a bull trend. If you're below all moving averages, you're in a bear trend.
Correct.
So you have to identify the trend on multiple time frames, play that trend on multiple time frames. The other learning lesson that I took for my trading is anytime I see a bunch of candles in a row of the same color, the stock will pause. It needs to rest, but that is generally the marker of that trend as well. So I would be very, very comfortable buying at 19,225 on a pullback. And again, what if it doesn't get down there? That's okay. I can easily create an order or a plan that says in the next 40 minutes, 30 minutes, if we continue trading sideways and compressing, allowing the shorter term moving averages on the 3-minute chart to kind of catch up and press it higher.
Like that.
Then we can continue higher and I can go bullish and I can take a breakout because again, I know that the compression's happened. Otherwise,
so what you're saying is it could be one of those two. Right.
That is exactly correct. And so what I like from a nomenclature standpoint, do you see how Calvin's taking one of the other charts and dragging it all the way to the right? You all will probably notice that. So you have two order boxes. You have one that's a limit buy, and you have a second one that's kind of to the right looking for the breakout. Use Mr. Squiggles family on all of your charts because what Mr. Squiggles or Mrs. Squiggles, what that does is it helps you plan ahead of time. I don't personally know of any other way to really, really do well in trading other than say, this is what I think is going to happen based on this evidence. And then this is what I'm going to do based on all of that evidence, right? So based on all the evidence that I see, AKA moving averages, different trends, candles, and all the things, I'm going to wait for this to occur, and then I'm going to set that trade up, and then I'm going to actually interact with it. It's beautiful. Any questions in the chat? We are here for you. Our mission at Real Life Trading is to enrich lives, and we're going to enrich all of your lives. Sorry that the camera feed doesn't look perfect, but if you want, do you want me to switch to this camera right there?
We could, yeah. Are we plugged in?
You know it.
We're plugged into this one? Or no, we got to plug it in, right?
Just got to plug it in, and I can go change it for you.
Let's do it.
And then we're going to start looking real hot.
Real hot tamales?
Well, first of all, this is really fun. Just the simple fact that we're streaming live together, dude.
Oh, I think I already got it, bro. Yeah, we're good.
No way.
Yeah, I already got it.
Yeah. This looks so much better when you do it. Hashtag not surprised.
Here we go. Come on in.
There
we go.
Hey, it's so nice having a tech specialist to help you with things.
Oh, this is funny. We're just like right there.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So, okay, Jeremy.
Just two guys.
Just so I understand.
Having fun.
Just so I understand. Okay. We're either waiting for a pullback into this.
Yep. Easy trade.
Or we're waiting for a consolidation. Now, how many candles of consolidation would you want to see?
I'd really, really like 15 to 30 minutes.
Like 3, 4, 5 candles. 6, 7.
Yeah, somewhere
kind of like
Yeah.
And then
Yeah. Usually consolidation for me by definition is around 8 candles.
okay, now let me ask you this.
Okay.
What if we just
Red.
then what?
Plan for tomorrow.
Okay, so don't even try.
No, don't try to catch it. I don't chase it.
Because there's a possibility we could just break this high right now.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
And just go.
Great. I'm in some tech long. I hope that happens.
See, okay, this is what I love about him. Is he's in some swings,
Yeah.
which reduces the anxiety to I have to day trade. No, I don't have to because I'm in some swings.
Yeah. I'm in some other core positions. So go let's go to a daily chart, AMD. Tell me where I bought and why.
Oh my gosh.
Now here's the cool part, team, about having strategy that's really, really brainless. So when I say brainless, I'm talking to me about me, not Calvin. So the brainless aspect is me saying, I have a strategy. All of you know it. I teach it for free all over YouTube, all around the world, in conference rooms, in centers, in hotels, in coffee shops. I haven't changed what I've done realistically for 10 years. I've just gotten better with it. So my process is still the same. And that's how you want a strategy. That's how you want a system. You want it so easily replicatable that you can teach it to somebody and they know exactly what you did. So he's going to pretty much nail what I'm in on AMD.
I think. Okay, I'm gonna be detailed here. I think you had a support drawn here.
You're silly.
And I think you also had a support drawn there.
How'd you know?
Well, I mean, there's candles there. All right, so I think he had a couple lines drawn like this. So those were his 2 support lines, which lines up perfectly with the 200. So I think Jeremy bought. I think he probably started. Well, he probably would have tried to buy off the 100, but we gapped and then dumped that day. So I think he probably started buying some here. He definitely bought the 200, and I think he bought a little more here at this candle, and now he's probably just holding to see what happens. Because if it continues to do this, then we're probably going to need to get out up here and try to do more shorts. But I think we'll probably go up.
Is there a big event that's coming up that's relevant?
Earnings.
Yeah, earnings are this week.
Now, are you protected on earnings,
No,
or you're just raw dogging it?
Yeah, I'm just in a couple hundo. Because yes, so Calvin said it absolutely correct. I bought 100 shares off the 200, so 154 and some change.
Okay.
I bought 10 shares at 150. Sorry. 15 shares at 150. And then I bought another 100 shares at 140.
So you kind of pyramided it.
Yeah, I have a very small pyramid. It's really it's a starter position. Again, when I say small team, you could do 10 shares. You could do 1 share. Type in a 4 in the chat pane. Will AMD be higher in 2 years than it is right now?
Well, it's funny because I actually did the same trade, just smaller size.
Yeah.
So I'm literally in this trade. So I think I bought 5 shares here, 10, and then I bought like 15.
Okay, and so you're in smaller size because earnings is around the corner. You didn't want to go full bore going into earnings. You want to have a position.
I want to have something because.
What if it gaps up? What if it goes higher?
Because
it's low.
This is like,
I don't know. What do I know?
I mean, you should know. Well,
previous all-time high.
You got this back here.
Yep.
You got this back here.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Worst case scenario, we go to here.
That's worst case.
But
/ best case.
Buy a lot more right there.
Yeah.
Like if I got here, I'd buy a lot.
Yeah. So what I really like about the 5, 10, 15 that he's showing, family, is every single one of you watching the stream could afford 30 shares of AMD. And we know going into earnings is always volatile. And you don't want to hold a swing trade over earnings. This is not a swing trade. This is a position trade where we know and we are planning that we will add to the position. A swing trade is a trade where you say, just as an example, if I'm using Calvin's chart here, a swing trade is I'm buying 1,000 shares here with a stop loss here and a target here so that I can make $7 times 1,000 shares, which is $7,000 that I can pay my mortgage for the month. That's a swing trade. I would not hold that over earnings because that's going to give you anxiety. It's probably going to give you stress. Mm-hmm. And depending on your account size, that's $140,000. That's probably large enough that it could really hurt you if Amazon gaps down. Now, if you are investing and you're investing 1,000 shares into AMD, that by definition probably means you have a $500,000 account or larger, because you are investing into AMD with larger size and you're leaving alone. That's fine. But it all comes down to your money game, family. The money game is important. And I sucked at the money game for 6 years.
Money game.
It was just a process of understanding where I was at, knowing a system. And then once I had a system that I repeated for many, many years, when I say 6 years, that just rolls off the tongue, right? From 20 to 26, 6 years. I was working on this and working on this and working on this and developing a system that I liked, that I understood, that I got, that I knew. And it really all came down to buying good companies at good prices with decent size and holding on to it long enough that I can start paying off all my debts. And then after all my debts are gone, start buying assets. That's how it worked. If you only buy liabilities, you will always be broke. So ultimately, I would love AMD at 120.
That'd be so nice.
That'd be so nice. And we can start planning for that.
Look at all that. You got the
so much there.
Anchored View app, 100, 200.
We did a video in the Anchored View app.
We did.
Banging video.
Now, if you bought some here, you'd probably just hold for long term. But
yeah,
let's say you wanted to swing it. You could
sure.
You could do something like that, right?
Probably even tighter. Yeah, absolutely.
Even tighter. Just I was thinking right below that bull run, but you could 20 point.
Yep. So again, absolutely. If anyone has any questions on the distinctions and differences between a swing trade and investment, right, let me know. Again, my investments are much slower. I have no problem selling them for a small profit, but ultimately I am really, really slow with an investment. Again, a swing trade is essentially a bill-paying opportunity, 20 to 45 days, often, sometimes a little longer, but they will have a level of protection. It doesn't have to be a stop loss. It can be a protective put, but I will be out of that trade within a year. And I am generally in some size when I start getting into that trade. An investment, I'm slower because it's an investment. It can be a while, and I really want to feel the stock. I want to feel the position. And again, that's going to come down to the pressure that you might put on yourself as a trader. If you are a full-time trader and you have no other streams of income, that's all you're doing, you're going to feel anxious about having some investments. So just do it smaller, right? Take some profits that you make from the month, put it into a side account, 200 shares worth of Apple, and just 50 shares of Apple, 50 shares of Apple, 50 shares of Apple, 50 shares of Apple. That's 4 months. Boom. You start building up that asset, and then you can start doing covered calls. All the money you make from your covered calls, you start paying down your debts. As your debts start to dwindle and eventually evaporate, then you can start buying other assets, real estate, so on and so forth, Bitcoin, whatever. And then if you get lucky, awesome. The more due diligence and research you do, fantastic. The more books you read, fantastic. This is a free stream. And so I want all of you to ask a really, really powerful question. It can be a trade setup. It can be a chart setup. We are here for you. Doesn't cost anything, but it does cost one thing. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed.
Yes,
what are you doing?
Please hit it.
There's no chance
We actually
you're...
got a question right here. Are you guys considering any short bias trades if it gets back up to 1937? Okay, let me see where that's at.
That's the NQs.
NQs, yeah. 1937. Wait, what'd you say? 19375, sorry. 19375. Okay, so that is the high.
Yeah, I can see why. I can see why you short that.
Well, I mean, if it comes up, rejects, and then we get a 10 EMA setup, maybe, right?
Yeah, I don't know if I would just sell off that resistance. Do a little bit of a bigger time frame. If there's a lot of failure there, Peter, maybe. There's a lot of failure there. I could do that.
Yeah, because you'd fail here.
Yep, I could do that. 19,380 by 19,400, so 20 points. 20-point stop on the NQ.
I like that.
One contract.
All right, here's our first actual red candle in a while. Let's see what this does.
First actual little selling event. All right.
Oh, righty then.
Let's see. Ivo's here. Scott Lang. What's up, Scott? All right. Cinnamon says, could you speak a little bit more on position sizing? And then Mary says, I can't see the screen. Oh, we might just have the...
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Mary. Hold on 1 second.
You're just looking at our beautiful... I'm sorry.
Sometimes I forget to... I'm going to turn this light up just a little bit.
Crank it. It's your light, dude.
It's your light.
You own that light.
No, you own it. Me and Jeremy just buy each other gear.
Peter says you sold the 120 puts. No, I don't have any 120 puts on AMD presently. Although if I had zero position in AMD, I probably would have the 120 puts, Peter. Those aren't bad. 120 end of August would probably be a full slappage. That should be a nice little 1%, I think, down there. All right, so Cinnamon, I'm going to clarify some questions here. So you say, would you say it's better to have a preset target or trailing stops for each trade? That's a really good question. Type in a 3 if you would like me to answer that question, and I will, either way. So the answer to that one, Miss Cinnamon, is, or maybe it's a Mr. Cinnamon. Cinnamon's probably just a flavor of something. The research that I have calculated for myself says that if I have a preset target, I perform better than trailing stops. And it's a psychology reason because I don't like to get stopped out, even if I am profitable, because I could have sold higher. And I really, really like selling into strength. So personally for me, preset targets are better. However, and this is a very important detail, depending on how you interact with the markets, day trading, swing trading, longer term investing, if you, ladies and gentlemen, are kind of active in the markets and you're really looking for some fun interaction, some capital creation, semi-actively or maybe even passively, you need to have some level of time frame for your goals and your opportunity windows, where if you hit those, you become a little bit more aggressive or a little bit less aggressive. A great example of that. For me, what is my absolute minimum that I have to hit every month or I torture myself?
In R's or money's?
R's.
8?
Do you know? Oh, I wish. 4.
Oh.
So four risk units a month is my bare minimum. Like that's like what I need for bills. So 4 is like a non-negotiable. I have to hit 4 every single month. I put that, period, end of story. I put that pressure on myself. And when I don't perform, which there's been plenty of months where I don't make 4 R's. Maybe I make 1, 2, or I lose a little bit. Those are the months where like, oh, Newsom's doing a really weird competition. I wonder why he's running 475 hours a week.
to like get the discipline back.
Yeah, to get the discipline back, to really remind myself it's like, hey, you're better than this. So I always do some really, really, really intense challenge for me that month if I haven't hit 4 R's. Unless I've done really, really well, which is over 20 R's, then I do a really hard challenge. Just to remind myself, again, stay disciplined.
And that's to keep the ego down? Yeah. Okay, so
that's right.
You kick your own ass when you're not performing well. And you
I'll do it again if I do really well.
So 8 would be a month where you're just...
Great month, yeah, happy.
Yeah, or 10, right?
We're going on a nice run.
Nice run, yeah.
We're hanging out.
I hope we just do 8.
We're doing a 3 mile.
I hope this has been a pretty bad month. No, I'm just kidding. No.
So here's the truth. So that 4 risk units, the reason I was bringing the 4 risk units up, that's my standard. So it's very, very scary, family, to set an exact standard for a lot of traders because they go, well, what if I don't hit it? I mean, what if you have a job where you have a commission quota and you don't hit your commission quota? Or what if you have a job that has a certain amount of production that you have to do and you don't hit that production, so you could get fired? Like, it's the same thing. So I put a quota for myself that's, enticing. Once I hit my 4 risk units for the month, and Cinnamon, this is the longest answer to a very short question. Once I hit the 4 risk units for the month, I then begin going for more profits on my trades.
Because you have a bank.
Because I have a little bit of a bank. I have a little bit of a runway. And I know that, okay, worst case, if I had to shut my computer down, I can pay my bills for the month. So my ultimate thought process for me really is get to 4 risk units as quickly as possible, no matter what. So small base hits, small wins, in and outs, stack, boom, 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 1.2s, 0.7s, 0.8s, get to 4 risk units. Once I'm at 4 risk units, I will start trailing stops. I will begin holding for more. I will begin going for more wins. And I really try to stretch myself at that point and really just turn up the meter to go for more. So great question. Scott says, how would you have jumped back into the previous swing? How would you have jumped into NQ at the previous swing, or would you not get in? Does that make sense?
Previous swing or previous, like, are you talking about where it bounced right here? I think that's probably what he means.
Okay, go for it.
So
how would you get in? How would you get in there if you missed it? Is there a signal?
Yes, there is. I'm going to take everything off the screen as to not confuse anyone. I'm going to take this off as well. Now, the only real thing you have here on the 3-minute is this massive,
huge bear candle, Marabozu almost.
Yeah. So I could say if we break above that, I will get in long. Just because that would mean that whoever was selling there is probably trapped. Because just 15 minutes later, we overtook it, and we closed strong above it, too. I mean, look at the candle that broke above it.
So good.
That would be really your only option, I'd say. Unless you, like, went to a 2-minute. Oof, look at that. Look at that 10 EMA on the 2-minute.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
So that's pretty good, too. But that would be changing your time frames. I don't know if that's, like, falls within your rules. But
I wouldn't personally. I would have missed that trade.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I would have missed. I would have missed it.
Too. I would have missed it. So,
but that's okay. It's good to know if you're gonna miss. It's good to know if you're gonna hit. You gotta.
But maybe on ES, no, it didn't happen there either.
No, okay. Yeah, just repeat the same system. I mean, I've missed so many trades.
So many, yeah. It just happens.
Anytime you miss a trade, just do your absolute best to get your body and your whole being back into abundance.
Yeah.
Right. Put that buy limit back on.
This is starting to look interesting.
Put that buy limit back on.
This is starting to look interesting. Okay, now guys, this is starting to look interesting. Let us not forget what happened.
What are we not forgetting?
Last week, we had one. I think it was the worst day on the NASDAQ since 2022. Mm-hmm. You guys know what I'm talking about. You guys know what I'm talking about.
That gap down right
this
there.
This gap and freaking
absolutely fills. Look how many people it's trapping. I mean, open below that whole pivot.
So it does make sense to come up and like test that 10 EMA, but it also makes sense to just roll over here. So I am still kind of, I know we're above that pink line, but like I really don't. Well, we're about to break it though, guys. This if we get a 10 EMA set up right here,
you would short.
I might.
Okay.
But I'm going to need to see more evidence before I do that.
Okay.
I'm going to need to see some more evidence. Right now, I'm not convinced.
Fair.
Because this could just rip out of here.
Yeah, fair.
But if we get like a fatty daddy red candle right now, and then a little chop.
Okay.
Maybe.
Let's see. That's the cool part about the markets. Everyone's going to see something different. I would just leave that limit buy open and just be sitting there.
Yeah. I mean, that's not a bad idea either.
Do you ever hedge? Do you ever short NQ and buy calls on the QQQ?
Do I ever what?
Short the NQ, buy calls on the QQQ. Hedge.
No.
So
you short the NQ, but then you buy calls on the QQQ.
It's a hedge.
To like for a day trade?
Sure.
No, I've never done that.
Day trade, swing trade.
Can you explain that a little more?
Yeah, well, so NQ, right, is the NASDAQ futures.
Right.
And so if you're short on that, you can get a lot of leverage.
Oh, ton.
Right? Tons of leverage.
It's like a crap load.
Crap load of leverage. Yeah. But doesn't it suck when it just rips higher?
Yeah.
Right? Well, if the NQ is ripping higher, what also is definitely going higher?
QQQ calls.
The QQQ calls. So if you short the NQ on, let's say, a funded account.
Yeah.
And you also pop into one of your real accounts and you just buy some calls on the Q.
Okay.
You just create a hedge position where you, once you do some math, you can do an absolute zero on zero DTE calls on the Qs, and you have your absolute maximum risk pretty easily calculated.
See, this is what you get when you've been trading 12 years. You get these like crazy cool ideas.
Crazy ideas.
Yeah,
crazy ideas.
I've never tried that.
Well, At least know it exists.
But let's go back to the. That does still look good though.
It does, dude.
I think where Jeremy has a really good point here on just keeping the limit buy is because this was such a strong run.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
If this had been like, and then kind of fizzling here.
That's a fun wave count you have drawn there.
Then maybe
it's a fun wave count you have drawn there, Cal.
Is it?
Yeah. It looks so much like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this would just be the A, B, C. 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom. There it is.
Oh man.
Possible.
So if I short it, maybe just be really quick with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Super quick.
like 10 points.
Yeah. Well, 10 points on the NQ can pay bills. Plenty of bills.
100%.
Yeah. And I've learned from a lot of futures traders, and you all know that futures are not my absolute specialty. I know how to trade them. I understand them very well. But when we're talking about trading NQ and trading the E-minis, I want you all to remember the biggest lesson for traders absolutely is once you take some profits, do not go realize green to red. Because there's so many times you'll take a good trade and you think, all right, the longer I stay in front of my computer, the more money I'm going to make because you're on fire.
Let's have a little fun then. Okay.
Sure.
I'm gonna short this for like 10 points.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna get out.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna limit buy where you wanted to.
Okay, that's fine.
Deal.
Or I can also just take a competing trade. Same time. We can do both.
Who wants to do that?
I also have a trading account.
Oh shit! You do? You trade?
So here's the cool part. Back to just again your general consensus. I had a question that a gentleman named Barney asked me last week.
Oh, I know Barney.
Yeah, it's a really cool dude. And so Barney was like, "Hey man, when do you stop trading for the day? Like you're doing well or you're losing. Like when's enough?" And the answer for me isn't risk reward based or money based. It is time based. And here's why. Time is more valuable than money. We all know that. And just like any competitive sport, what happens? There is a timer that once that competitive sport timer reaches the fourth quarter or the third period or the ninth inning and the game's over, someone wins and someone loses. That's why competitive sports are great.
Right.
Is trading a competitive sport? You better believe it. You better believe you're all competing against me.
Oh,
okay.
Snap.
This is a competitive sport.
He's not your friend anymore.
Unsubscribe.
Now once he presses that buy.
That's right.
But now, Jeremy, look we are getting that.
We're getting the compression.
We talked about.
We're getting the compression.
But we got the high here. So is there enough runway?
Tons of runway.
Is there enough to do that?
One more sideways candle, and that's all you need.
And you take it to there, maybe.
Yep.
To the high.
Yep. One more bear candle. That would be a perfect setup.
Guys.
That would be delish McGish.
Because then that's kind of like a.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that almost kind of looks like a that.
It does look a lot like that. I agree.
Like a that thingy majigger.
Yep.
Did you know that you can right click this and then do this and then it'll actually, well, I'm not going to do it right now, but it'll like put in the, like I didn't know that. I thought on Apex you couldn't do that, but I guess you can. Nice.
Tell me more about what you can do in Apex.
Guys, I mean, I'm in an Apex account right now. A little fresh 25er.
Yep.
It looks like it wants to go, buddy.
Looks beautiful. If it pops without us, then this creates a limit order.
Oh, when it pulls back, right?
Yeah, if it really runs, I create a limit order and I try to drop my stop maybe a point or two just to get a little bit lower.
A little bit like that right there.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. Okay. All right. We're getting a little bit of a pop here. We're getting a little bit of a pop. That looks yummy.
It does. Looks good.
Now, would you wait for this candle to close and then set up the limit?
Always.
Okay. So we're going to wait for it, and he's doing that just in case we, like this, right? We're getting wicked out now. Yeah. So if it closes over this, that's a pretty good sign. The bulls they want to push a little higher. Mm-hmm. And he creates a limit here. So we're going to wait 1 minute.
Yep, 1 more minute. This candle has to close. I don't want
to wait 1 minute, though.
I know, it's the worst.
I don't want to wait 1 minute.
It's the worst. So fun game changer, family. If you trade on a Mac, You come in here and add a second number.
Oh.
Yeah, the seconds are life-changing.
On your Mac.
100% add those seconds, dude.
What does that do for you?
It just tells me when the minute closes.
So that way you don't have to be on the chart.
Yeah.
You can be doing other stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, because if you add the seconds, then you're like, all right, if I'm trading a 3-minute candle, right, you know that.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Yeah, it's actually.
Dang.
Yeah. Anyway, just
that's
a random.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like this. I like knowing the seconds.
Okay, so looks like
right.
we're not going to close over that. Oh.
Yeah, we're gonna close. Yeah, we'll close above that.
Okay. So that's enough for me. So I'm gonna right click this. I'm gonna throw in a create limit order. My stop, I'm gonna do $500 stop, 1,000-point target, and we'll see if that, or $1,000 target, and let's see where that gets me.
Okay.
Woo! Okay, well, we gotta bring this down here. So $800.
I love how it shows the numbers before.
Yeah, it's cool,
That's
right?
probably one of my favorite parts about it.
So just so you're aware, guys, in a 25K account, you can only have $1,500 of trailing drawdown. Trailing.
Okay, explain what this means.
Okay, so if this comes down and fills me and just goes straight to my stop loss, I'm only going to lose $800, right? Okay. So I'd only blow up. I wouldn't blow up. I'd only lose half my account. But if this comes up 800 and then rolls over to here, I will blow up my account.
So when you get filled,
because your high watermark is constantly being calculated, and we're in. So, like, imagine you're going up, and it's always calculating how high you are. From that highest point, you can't pull back 1,500. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Some prop firms, they calculate your end of day, like equity in your account.
Yep.
Not in this situation. It's all live. So, and if you pull up your trade of it, you can see the distance to your drawdown. Oh boy, look at this candle coming in. It wants to play games.
That's interesting. So some people do it end of month.
Some prop firms do end of day.
End of day.
Yeah,
End of day. That's what I meant to say.
Apex is constantly calculating it. Now, once you grow to a certain amount, it just locks at the starting account balance. But all right, Jeremy, let's see what happens here. This is interesting.
I've heard you will either win or lose on this position. That's what I've heard.
Really?
Yep. That's what I've heard. Let's go to a bigger time frame.
Sheesh! Look at this candle, guys. Wants to play games.
What's the bigger time frame look like, Cal? Walk me through it. And how much does it cost to switch?
To switch, it costs $0.
Okay.
Let's look at a 15-minute. So on a 15-minute, we do have some resistance here. Okay. I'm actually not surprised.
Okay. Yep.
But I also wouldn't be surprised if 10 EMA is acting as a magnet and we do run today.
Okay.
So I guess we're just going to have to find out.
We will have to find out.
Okay. Good news is we haven't closed below that 10 yet. That's the good news.
Yeah. So is this how you trade right here? Is this like you have the 10 EMA and candles, or do you put anything else on usually sometimes?
Sometimes I'll throw on the stuff, the 50, the 50 VWAP.
This stuff.
But I don't really need to. I can just hang out and just watch this for a sec.
Okay. Cool, man.
And guess what? If we're wrong right away.
Yeah. So absolutely. Thoughts are, and again, what's really cool about this situation team is same thing. Is if you're creating a plan for the future, you would create a plan for, okay, well, if this is wrong, and this is kind of what Calvin mentioned earlier as a possibility, right? And then we would ultimately get back down to that same price that we talked about.
Right.
If that does happen, then yeah, you could, right? Flip the trade. That's correct. Walk people through, Calvin, what's the difference between the NQ and the MNQ? And when do you prefer trading one versus the other? And what account size is best for it on Apex?
Interesting. Well, so NQ is going to move $20 a point. So every time this moves 1 point, which it's constantly, every millisecond it's moving multiple points. You're either up or down $20. So right now I'm in one contract. So every time this moves a point, my P&L changes by $20.
Mm-hmm.
Problem with this is that is actually very leveraged. And if I were to open 2 contracts in the 25K account, I mean, depending if it's going in your favor or not, you can lose or make money really fast. So some people prefer to do MNQs, which are 1/10, so that'd be $2 a point. You just flip over to this MNQ. Those are micro NQs. And this is nice because instead of opening 1 NQ, you could open 10 micros, and then that gives you the ability to trim.
To trim?
To trim.
Wow. So what does trim mean?
Well, if you have a target and maybe you're halfway there and you're getting a little antsy in your pantsy, you could trim 2 micros. Still have 8.
So why?
Or maybe you hit target and you're like, I want to let a few micros run. Maybe this will just.
Maybe it's pumps.
Yeah, maybe I'm just gonna leave the last 3 on all day until we close back over the 10 because there's some days where it just literally goes all day.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, so that'd be my question: is when do you choose one versus the other? How do you know that you chose regular NQ versus micros?
How do I know when? I mean, I guess when you're in a smaller account, I would kind of recommend micros. I didn't do that today because I don't know.
What would you consider a smaller account?
Well, in Apex, I would say the 25 and the 50K account are on the smaller side.
Okay.
Once you start getting up into the 75 and 100K account, I think you can probably safely trade the NQs. If you're trading the 250 account, for sure you're going to be trading NQs. I don't really think there's a reason to be trading the micros. But I'm weird. I don't know. I don't like trading the micros. I'm like, you know what? Give me a mini. Let's go.
Yeah, that's fair.
Give me that mini.
That's fair. Awesome. Anyone else have any questions? Well, for throwing chat, man, we got 12 more minutes together, and you really can ask us about pretty much anything that you want.
Let's see what they say here.
Are there any other futures that you trade? Other than NQ, E-mini, you trade anything else?
I also trade oil sometimes. Me and oil have kind of a rocky relationship, but I do trade it. I mean,
that's filthy.
That's working out.
Yeah.
Right now. I'll tell you that right now. If you took this short this morning,
oh my goodness.
You're rich.
Yeah, you're very happy.
And then sometimes I trade platinum, but I don't really day trade platinum. I more do swings on platinum.
Yeah. We did a good trade on platinum not long ago. What do you think on it now? What's your thoughts? Bullish.
I mean, yeah, bullish. I mean, we're bouncing off the 200.
How long?
I bought here, and I think I took it up to about there, and I'm thinking maybe.
Wow, that looks really nice.
We have to do it again.
I like that, man. That looks really pretty.
It's respecting the 200 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but Jeremy, what's a little scary is back here, there's been times that it's just gone right through the moving averages.
Sure.
So what's your thought on that? What's stopping it from going to here again, to this level?
Your stop loss. Hey. Yup. It's just called losing.
You would get long now and put your stop.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is it. This is the place.
Monthly. Look at that, guys.
100 on the monthly. Clean as a whistle. The weekly, I mean, we're here, so I would just kind of keep a note that these two prices exist as a resistance. If I had the ability to buy more than one contract, then I would sell those contracts at those prices. But yeah, right here, this is a really nice Morningstar reversal. The people who bought here last time, the exact people who bought there last time, they're buying there again, and they're making money. Now, one of the things to keep in mind on with platinum, though, this isn't a very, very strong correlation. However, I do love silver. And
chart.
Oh my gosh, look at Calvin's chart.
Clear it off, man.
Just traded right to his target and then stopped. I don't know why. Why would you have sold at resistance? I'm just curious.
I just did whatever you told me to do. He was like, buy calls, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, it worked out well.
It did.
Great trade.
It ran.
So here's the weekly chart on silver. This does look a little double topish, just a bit.
Smidge.
Ultimate goal for me would be to buy off the 200 again. Yeah. If anyone is beginning to pyramid into silver, again, this is just my personal opinion, but let's just write this in the chat pane. Is silver an asset that can go to zero? Yes or no? Pretty easy question.
I don't think so. Can it? I don't know.
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
No. Silver's not going to go zero.
Okay, I got it right. He made me think I didn't for a second.
So what it means is you know your risk mitigation, you know your downside very, very well. So you can calculate, okay, whatever I'm putting into silver,
right,
my max risk is everything. It's the same with stocks. Mm-hmm. But the chances of silver ever going to zero is actually better than not happening for a stock to go to zero.
Right, because it's not like a company that can close. It's like a metal.
It is literally a metal. Literally, not even it's on the periodic table. Like this is an element that will always have value to some degree.
Unless aliens came and like took it all away.
Yes, unless Ancient Aliens is real. Giorgio Tsoukalos, shout out to you.
Then I guess it could go to zero.
It could go to zero,
or
but
maybe it would make it worth more.
We're also not here if that happens either, right? Aliens have zapped all humanity. We're toast. The reason I'm bringing this up, and it rhymes with Apex, but it's a different company, is American Precious Metal Exchange, APMEX, Ampex, and you're on TradingView. Pull up Safari, American Precious Metal Exchange, AMPEX.
Okay.
The reason I'm showing you all this is if you do not have any actual gold or silver, this is EX. There it is, right there. If you do not have any, type in a 1 if you don't have any physical silver.
Let me change this to
window
display
capture.
Perfect. Oh, infinity
loop.
All right, guys, here it is.
So we are not getting paid to sponsor this company like we are getting paid by our amazing partners at Apex. But Apex with an M is Ampex, American Precious Metal Exchange. And this is a place where you can buy your silver and gold physical.
That's cool.
You're going to want some of this because why would you not? And what world and what scenario does gold and silver not have great value? I think when and if you own physical gold and physical silver, you do feel more wealthy. And trivia question, Calvin, if you feel more wealthy, you stress out less about your trading.
For sure.
You stress out less.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. If you know you have like other money coming in over here, over there, like it's way less. Like I need to make money this month trading. It's like, oh my gosh, that is such a fast way to like lose your crap and just freak out.
Yeah. It's called building the base, right? Building a foundation. I mean, truthfully, family, like if you make $600 on a trade through Apex, and you're like, wow, I just made $600, and you're able to withdraw that. Phenomenal, right? Pull out some profits. That $600 can go a long way. You can buy assets with $600. A lot of people think, oh, when I make $6,000, then I'll start buying some assets.
Look at this lion one.
Oh, that looks nice. Nice. That's pretty.
Sick.
Yeah, so again, as a reminder, even when I was doing this 10, 11, 12 years ago, $300, $600 a week kind of thing, when it actually was working out, I would take those extra incomes and buy assets. And the one that I got really lucky on, 2016, just so happened to be Bitcoin and Ethereum. But I still viewed them as assets. Now, if I had bought real estate, if I had bought businesses, if I had bought land, it still would have worked out. And so if you continually train your brain that like, all right, sweet, I made some money. I'm going to take some of this money. I'm going to go buy some assets with it. And if you keep repeating that over time, eventually there is a tipping point, ladies and gentlemen, that happens where everything starts working out in your favor. Speaking of working out in your favor, you can go ahead and increase your stop loss if you want.
I'm going to buy that first.
Come on, baby.
Dude.
1 kilo?
Ampex, just...
Yes.
Jeremy's got like 10 of these in the safe, just chilling. No, he claps them together at night.
No.
He plays the drums with them.
2 kilos of gold. That'd be
Right,
awesome.
Let's go back to...
That'd be so cool.
Oh boy. Is our trade working?
We can increase our stop, yep.
Now why now? Why not earlier?
Well, now we have a pivot. Ooh, we got close.
Oh, wow. So it was playing games.
It was playing games.
So you can only really move it up to like there, right?
Yeah, 1 or 2 points.
So a smidge. So I just saved myself like $40
Yeah.
if we lose.
Yeah.
Hey, $40 is lunch now in 2024. Every meal is $40 now, by the way.
Correct. Have you guys noticed that when people are like, inflation's not lower? I'm like, where?
Food.
Where is inflation not lower?
Food.
Dog, if you get a salad and a kombucha, it's $26 from any store. Food is so pricey.
Food is just like, I'm about to start eating like grass. Just like, if I get sick, I get sick.
Yo, dog, what diet are you on? You on that grass diet?
I'm on that cow diet.
I'm on that vegan, raw vegan
Methane
diet.
cow diet.
I just wake up, I go eat grass from my lawn because it's cheaper. It's a lot cheaper to eat grass.
Okay, now this is interesting. This is really could go either way now.
Financial advice
Right?
from Jeremy: eat grass. It saves you money.
This could really go either way.
Yeah, I love the hammer.
If that hammer gets taken out, though.
Yeah, we're gonna go a little bit lower.
Night.
Yeah, that would actually be a spot where if we do break it and then that would be a good shorting spot.
Okay.
That'd be a good shorting spot. Yeah, but again, we have to let the candles tell us the price action. All right, we try
this could still just, like you said.
Yeah.
Because there's buyers there.
There's buyers here. Yep.
They wouldn't have hammered out if there wasn't.
Yeah, we got the Three Musketeers. There's the Three Musketeers. Got the moving average.
I call the Three Musketeers.
Yep. Here's the hourly. Our stop is, this is a beautiful hammer, right? Really, 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 really pretty hammer. So that's nice. So I guess we're just going to have to keep waiting. That's the best traders make the best waiters. That's a fact.
Like waiters, like at a restaurant, or
however you want it to mean.
Maybe I should.
Generally, people who just wait. humans who wait make good waiters. Yeah, but it is.
Is that why you have this here?
Yeah.
Do you want to show this?
Yeah, bring it out. So this was a gift given to me by one of my very first in-person coaching students, Greg Gilbert. So 20-second background on Greg. Greg, if you're watching this, what's up, brother? So Greg reaches out to me and says, hey, man, I don't know anything about trading. I need to learn trading, and the only way I learn it is from in person, and you have to beat me over the head and punish me. I was like, oh, okay. So I'm messaging back and forth. Anyway, so Greg is a former Marine, right? That's how he learns. So he learns like in the trenches, so to speak. And he's like, tell me how much it costs. I'll pay it today. Okay. No, this is crazy. Like I had never done this before. I'd never had an in-person. No one's ever done this. I never done this.
I've never heard this story.
I didn't know people did it. You did? Yeah. So talk to him. He had money. He had money in his account, like his checking account. He never opened a broker. He knew nothing.
Okay.
Zero.
Okay.
Came to my house for a week. We went from knowing nothing to doing covered calls, like in his account.
In 1 week.
1 week. Interactive broker. So we did 16 hours a day, just grinding charts, 16? Candles, morning star reversals. I was having him draw candlestick patterns. We were getting after it. Yeah.
That's sick though.
Yeah. And so my first, when I got married, he sent me that as a gift.
And how much time is this?
I believe that is exactly 20 minutes. If you tilt it like this, it goes to 23 and a half minutes.
So this is like how long before you can move your stop?
Yeah. Yep. This is a stop loss. That was it, right? Ooh. So yeah, this is what we're referring to on the camera if you can't quite see it. Yep. So that's a nice little stop move, 20-minute glass.
Let's switch back to scene 2 so we can all see this here. All right, guys. So it's looking a little roly-poly-oly, but we're going to see. It could still go either way.
I'm going to get this phone call, team. I'll be back in just a little bit.
All right. You're stuck with me.
Hello. Yep. Hey, champ. How are you? Great.
All right, guys. Can you all hear me? How cool is it having Jeremy on the live, man? He's so smart. It's crazy. It's crazy how smart he is. All right. So who thinks this trade's going to lose and who thinks this trade's going to win? It's really hard to tell right now because Every time I think it's going to roll over, it just pops back up. Bloop. Hold on one second, guys. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Sorry, guys. I'm in a good mood. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a good mood. I think we're going to go. I think this is going to go up. Feels like it's going to roll over for me. I don't know, man. Maybe. So here's the thing. I would have said the same thing, except we have a freaking giant hammer here and a giant hammer here, which makes me believe we've got a lot of support here. So I think it's going to rip higher. I think this trade's going to work out, ladies and gentlemen. How can it not? You know, it's like me and Jeremy on this together. Like this has to work. What's it say? But also there are some other things besides the 50 EMA that make it great bullish trade. RSI is high. Yeah, I don't know. RSI on a smaller time frame doesn't really concern me usually. There we go. Now I got the mic right where I want it. How do I sound on this mic, guys, versus my mic at home? Is this mic better? If it's better, I'll buy it. Just be honest. Is this mic better? If it's better, type a 3. Does this mic sound better than the mic I use at home? Or is it just because it's turned up louder? I'm going to turn it down to the level that I have mine at home. Is this mic better? Or is my mic at home better? Or is it the same? B. Smith can't tell. Okay. A Fifi? What's a Fifi, dude? It really doesn't know. I think it's going to go higher. I think. I don't know. Marimar says it seems the same. Okay. Fine. We're waiting. Let's look at some other things real quick. Curious what Tesla's doing today. Dude, Tesla's looking yummy. I actually have a question for you about Tesla. Dude, I bought Chipotle off the 200 and sold it in the aftermarket the other day. On the earnings. Good for you, buddy. And then you said it went down?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my question.
Yep.
I heard.
Tell me what you heard.
From you.
Yes.
That you sold the 240 call?
Yes.
Okay. So for next Friday, right?
Yes.
Is that on all your shares or like half?
Half my shares.
Okay, so half your shares you have a 240 call.
Yep.
So if it goes here, you get called away on half of them.
Yep.
The other half you'd let run.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So if I were to do that on TSLL, because I have TSLL,
nice.
I'd probably sell the 13,
Yeah,
maybe the 14.
50 or 14. They have a lot of half strikes.
Yeah.
I'll probably do like 13 and a half or 14.
Okay.
Yep.
Sweet.
Sweet. Today's the day to do it too.
Of course, because we're up, right?
Yeah, beautiful day to do it. Great
So,
little dip on TSLL.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yummy.
Family, if you love the stream, make sure you tell all the world that Real Life Trading is doing our absolute best to continue to enrich lives. I love this little compression here. It's looking really nice. We will move the stop when this sand enters and finalizes its final drawdown. Calvin and I are going to go shoot a bunch of videos that we're going to put on the website. For every single one of you, thank you so much for watching the stream. We love you. We're out.
Bye-bye. Good luck on this trade. We'll post in Slack if it wins.